Hi guys, this is Maluncha and welcome back to Dauntless. OB 0.5.14 is live. The bug fixes are here. I've spent yesterday the entire afternoon trying to get a video evidence of the bugs they were talking about, and today I basically spent the whole day controversing the fixes that they did and recording the actual fixes. And as you can see in the back, they didn't actually notify us of this, so it might be a little secret, but there's actually falling stars, and I've confirmed this. They are actually visible on every map that you play at, and I'm not really sure what they are going to bring to the game, but I can only presume that it's gonna be some sort of new event that's about to happen. Maybe Christmas, maybe well, maybe it's for New Year already. I'm not really sure. But as you can see, they keep dropping out of the sky and then going into... well, you can't really see it properly in this one. I have some recordings of other ones on other islands as well. They basically vanish into thin air, but yeah, falling stars. Not really sure what it's supposed to mean, but yeah, except for all the fixes, they actually brought in fallen stars. So meteorites falling from the sky, pieces of debris maybe from an island where a behemoth is raging, or pieces of a debris from a fight above, maybe a new island or something. It's things that I can think of right now why there would be falling pieces in the, well, actually in Ramsgate and in the Maelstrom and in every other island. So yeah, without further ado, let's talk about all the fixes and all the changes they did. We're gonna start off with the new login screen. We're gonna, of course, I've got some footage of the old login screen, and then I'm gonna put in the new login screen, so we can always see the difference. We're gonna check out Halion, his tracking of players, the old and the new one, the Cherok Fence. We're gonna talk about Rockfall Skarn, the HQ rewards, the Chainblade backflip, the new UI overlap for the private hunt, Karabak breakpart description, the upper thigh plates of Skarn, the Shrike Saber special meter, preventing players from selecting cells, and slaying Nazaga, destroying its turrets now. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the comparisons. So starting with the menu, as you can see, this is the old menu with a big blue button, and then, well, we had a new intro actually a couple weeks ago with the blue button, and then with the scales on the side and the feathers attached to them with the big blue bar at the bottom as well. And then as we look into the new intro, it's actually starting with this one with a nice little curve and a picture on top. And then the fleshy button on the bottom gets some stars out of it. And then as we go on, as you can see, the blue white button for play actually is removed, and it became a flashy yellow one with some graphics below it. Not really sure what it's supposed to be, but yeah, new play button. Then as we look at Halion's targeting system, as you can see, the old one, he basically just jumped up whenever he went underground. He just jumped up at the spot where he's coming out of the ground, not targeting you at all. Here's a last example of it. So he's basically going underground and then he's just jumping up. And that's totally not correct. That's not how it's supposed to be. If you look at the new one, after the update, as you can see, he still goes underground, but when he comes up, he actually targets you and hits you if you do not move, as you can see right here. I've got some examples. For here he goes underground. Again, he actually comes out where we were and then tries to target me, not jumping at the same location again. So yeah, really better fix. This is actually how it's supposed to be. This is how it's always been. Not really sure why the script kind of changed. So if you look at Rockfall Skarn, the heroic modifier, there is no modifier yet. But then if we look at the rewards, as you can see, it's 600 nodes, 16 charged, and 9 armor Arknights. for everyone, but on Rockfall Skarn they are basically missing, giving you only 25 Slayer XP. Now with the... Okay. Yeah, I'm not really used to talking over my videos, so this might be a little strange for me. But yeah, on the normal side, it was actually all working perfectly. It was on Heroic that was actually bugged. But then as we look in after the update, Rockfall Skarn actually got his charged Arkanites for the weapons and for the armor, as well as the 600 nodes that he should actually have. Yeah, the same as all the rest, of course. And of course, a modifier is getting Shockfall on it, the same as Deadeye Quillshot. So a really tough one. If you get hit, you basically get staggered and you get slowed at the same time. Kind of was thinking that it would have been the same as Ragetail Gnasher, where we would get jagged attacks would cause wound damage or crippling wound for the heroic version. But yeah, he's getting the same one as the Deadeye Quillshot. So for the actual chain blades, as you can see here, the first backflip that we do actually has the etheric damage towards it. But as we go in for the other backflips, we should do a couple right now, actually. So we are full. Again, example, when we do our first one, you can see the damage coming off it, the part damage. The second one does nothing. The third one and the fourth one, same as that. They basically just jump you backwards, but there is no actual damage towards it. Then if we look at after the updates, so you can see we're full. This is the first one giving us the aether damage, the part damage, and the second one did it, the third one did it, and now the fourth one is doing this as well. So yeah, really good damage in the well, really good damage upgrade actually. It's not that much, but it's some damage. The private hunt button was actually basically locked behind the back button in the screen below, as you can see. But then if we look at the new bar, which should be coming up right now, they actually extended the bar over the entire screen and put the private hunt bar in the middle, making it not overlap anymore and possible to actually click from every side on it. And yeah, so if we go, I think this is the Karabac. Yeah, Karabac parts. I'm not really sure what changed. At first I was thinking that it was the actual color that you could see. Splinter Chit, if it's a common, it's green. If it's a rare, it's blue. And then an uncommon is blue, I think. And then purple is rare. But if we look at the, well, this was the old kill. Now we're getting the new kill rewards. The only thing that I kind of can think of is that there was never, as we progress towards it, so common drop again, green indicator, so that didn't change. But here it says the 4 legs as the Splinter Chitin. It says 4 legs of a Karabac, so I'm not really sure if 4 head was always there. But yeah, it's body and heads. It always was kind of common with that. As we can see with the Skarn, the plate on his top leg part, you could see it when he actually flipped over. The part was still on his leg. Or, as you can see in the next example, it's actually coming back faster than every other part that he actually calls back. After he does his roll, he basically leaves his parts in the ground for a while, making it able to actually damage his body completely. He was going to do a tumble. Not one that we actually want to see. And he's pushing me aside like I'm a ragged doll. Come on, dude, do your overhang. There he goes. So as you can see, the first part is already back, but then the rest follows. And now with the new roll after the update, basically all the parts, as you can see, they are missing from his legs. And they are coming back all together as well, leaving the body part actually open to hit. Now, for the Shrike Saber, I'm trying to get it full over here. So I did my first hit, and you can see it's slowly going down, giving us around 10 to 12 seconds where we can do the 3 heavy attacks in. And then if we look at the next one, you're gonna see it's a whole lot slower. So here we are doing the first heavy attack. and we're only getting around 5 to 7 seconds while our meter is actually depleting. So it's actually a pretty, I thought it was faster, but it would actually, before the update, it went down slower, giving you more time to actually do those hits. So you could not actually check out, as you can see, we have tough now, but you're supposed to actually click on bloodless and fireproof to actually see how much you have invested in your gear. Now, if we check on after the update, you can actually see that we can skip between the perks and actually see how much we have invested. I'm going to check out here my vest again, so bloodless, fireproof, tough. You basically can get a good notice of what you actually did. So, Quill Shot running away, not really sure why he's running away. He should be targeting me, but after we slay him, as you can see, his turrets still remain up, giving you, well, giving you this as a result. You're in your end menu, and out of the blue on the left side, bam, we're getting hit. So yeah, as we see right now, after the patch, we've killed him, and you can see the turrets. There was one behind him as well, and then the big one. They basically vanish, giving you a peaceful exit out of the hunt. And there you have it. Those were all the updates and the changes they made. And it was actually, well, I'm not really sure what you guys are thinking about it, but for me it was an eye-opener. Like, I've always read the patch notes, and I've always thought like, okay, they fixed it, but never really went deep into it myself. But now actually seeing the difference itself, it's like, yeah, like I said, it's actually an eye-opener. So kind of hope you enjoyed this episode. If you guys enjoyed, I'm gonna try to... I'm not really sure if I'm gonna still use this format, like bring out the patch notes one day and then bring up the actual changes and on the second day. Or I might actually do... I'm not really sure about that yet. Might actually do like a news bulletin where I talk about the old changes and the patch notes, and then instantly on that same episode make the comparison when the update went live. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.